the ability to be truly grateful changes everything in that moment. When you are grateful, you cannot be angry. You cannot be envious. You cannot be jealous. You cannot be hateful. You cannot have revenge in your heart. In fact, the antidote to everything that is negative is gratitude. I was watching a very interesting debate, and I continually watch these debates between theists and atheists because I'm trying to categorize myself to see whether I'm a theist, I believe in God, or I do not believe in God. And I find the conversations become extremely interesting when you realize that science can only measure actual physical phenomena, things that happen. They cannot measure emotion or perspective or experience, because that is so subjective that the same gratitude that I feel will not be felt by anyone else. It is based on what we bring into that moment and what situation we are immersed in. Someone who has lost a job and is feeling gratitude for good health is quite different from a millionaire who just gets a new Rolex watch and is grateful for it. How do you compare gratitude to gratitude? How do you measure how much gratitude is needed to combat all the negative forces in your life? There is the problem that we face is that we live our lives from a perspective of lack. That something is missing in our lives. And that's the reason why everybody is so unhappy. You have a good husband, you have enough money, you have food for today, you have good clothes to wear, you have a house to live in, you have a car to drive, you live in one of the most fabulous countries in the world. Yet you are depressed and unhappy. Do you have the right to say that? You function from that little bit that you don't have. That 20% that you would like to have to make your life a little bit better. And when you can't get that, say the vacation, the fancy vacation, or the upgraded Tesla, right? Have you ever seen the face of a beggar on the streets when you give them something? Supposing, there are times that I recall giving a beggar just a few coins on the street. But one time I gave a 100-rupee note. And the look of utter joy, and he just shook his head. Oh, my God, it was such a phenomenon. The gratitude was just incredible. We always function from what we have lost, what is missing, what is gone, what is not possible. Many of us have faced loss, right, at some point in their lives. And while I don't diminish that loss is difficult to handle, try to think of a feeling of gratitude that you had something so precious for so many years that made your life so beautiful, so complete, so fulfilled. And when you feel that gratitude, you will stop feeling the lack in your life. Because nothing in your life stays forever. It's all an illusion. People come and go. Things come and go. Money comes and goes. Success and fame, all of it comes and goes. If you are grateful for the small things in your life, just little things, just the fact that you can get out of bed and face and live this life, because this is so precious. Today can be the day that it all happens. To feel that gratitude, that closing in your throat, that you have something that can become the most precious gem in your life. Don't function from lack, because the universe, and this is where all my question of whether I believe in God or not comes in. The energies of the universe merely echo and manifest your aspirations, your thoughts, what you put out. If you continually put out a feeling that you don't have something, that's the way you're going to remain. Because it believes that that is what you want. How is the universe to know what you want if you're constantly saying, when am I going to get this? When am I going to get that? When am I going to get this? When is this going to happen to me? When is that going to happen to me? You declare once and for all that I feel abundance. I feel happiness. I feel joy. Right now, at this moment, with whatever it brings. And if you get rid of all other emotions, all other negativity, this moment is one of sheer gratitude. Just to be able to be here now. Because so many have come, so many have gone. Nothing you do or say is going to remain forever. All that we have said, thought, felt, has been thought and felt before. All the loss, the fame, the abundance, whatever we get, it has happened many times before. I went back to school after I came to this country, and I went to Broward College. And I always remember from school that I never got more than 20 on 100 in math. It just wasn't my thing. But then I joined classes here. The math teachers were so amazing. I was just enjoying myself so much. I was acing all my tests. And do you know that 90% of the class would be asleep? Asleep with their legs on the table. They don't even understand what a privilege they have to be with such professors, to have access to such learning. They probably partied the night before. And here I am just filled with gratitude, at my 40s, being able to, learn biology, and I learned astrology, and I learned, I'm not astrology, astronomy, and, I did all the subjects that I thought I could never do. And I was filled with gratitude each day. I would go sit in the first row. And there was only one class that I got 90 in. I got 100 in everything. Everything. And I used to look at these children that have no concept. An entire generation of entitled children. They want it all free. They have no gratitude for what is there in their lives. And an entire generation of privileged people that have no compassion. So there's no gratitude on one side, there's no compassion on the other, and you have a society that just is an awkward salad. It's just not mixing. It's just not melding. Whatever you have is going to go. There's nothing that's going to stay with you. You have to be grateful for what you have now. And never worry about how it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's like that story I told you about. That's just a funny thing that happened. I had shared a story with you all about, this is from Hindu, these anecdotes that come, Panchatantra, whatever. But this man who was worried about his money, and he had no children. He didn't know who to leave it to. So his doctor told him, you know what, I've been meditating on this, and I can make sure that you're born as my child. So the best thing for you to do would be to leave your money to me. And then in your next birth, you'll have it. Right? Now, this is just a story until on the internet I came across a person called Nityananda, a guru from India, who's got this scheme called the Agama Scheme, where he's asking people to put their money into the Agama Scheme in trust, and 10 people will meditate on their life, figure out where their next birth is, and make sure that they get their money. Can you believe people are subscribing to this? Anyway, sometimes I just wondered at what is happening in this world. And I'm grateful that I have not been a victim to any of this. I'm grateful for each day that comes. I'm grateful for Hamsa meditation, because while you believe that you're learning and that you're meditating, my learning curve has been unbelievable. It has just put me so much in contact continually with the knowledge, widening my base. But I listen to Christian pastors as much as I listen to Hindu philosophers, Western philosophers. And just learning about myself and learning the technique of just being happy. Because we don't have everything. But whatever we have, this is it. This is our basket. A brother, a sister, a pet, some money, a job, whatever it is you have, you have. And your troubles are also unique. Each one of us has got their own little basket of troubles. Someone suffers with health, someone with food, some with mental health, some with physical disabilities, some with, health problems, some with environmental problems. Everyone has their own little basket. Of course, relationships, that's the big one. A Harvard study showed that people that are happy attribute their happiness not to money and not to success and not to fame, but to healthy relationships. And I was just looking at Deepak Chopra. He has his patients make gratitude journals. And by making gratitude journals, they are able to reverse their symptoms. The body produces every antibiotic, every antibody, every chemical that you need for good health. It is when your mind is not in a good place that the whole balance inside your body, the symphony or the rhythm, the harmony, gets out of whack. And that is why illness manifests. When you are in gratitude, it has been proven scientifically through experimentation, through a lot of the universities, UCLA is doing stuff, Harvard is doing stuff. It changes the chemical balance in your body. It brings on a rhythm where your cells are just doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Each individual cell is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. And a person who is continually in gratitude just has better health, physical and mental. If you were to duplicate all the chemicals that are produced in your body to make it work, you would probably need a country as large as the USA filled back to back with factories. We have within ourselves all the healing power. With the right emotions reigning in your body, you can bring on that mental and physical well-being. Meditation helps because it reverses the flow of prana. When we do the pranayam, when I tell you do your 10 minutes of pranayam and then do the meditation, it reverses the flow. It makes the prana move upward. When the prana moves upward, it's a cleansing process. It's a detoxing process where accumulated stress gets released. And when that stress gets released, the organs associated with those chakras function better. And you just feel better. Gratitude, happiness, faith, courage, these are all positive emotions to nurture within yourself. And it's controlled by the Vishuddha chakra. Replace grief with gratitude. Grief is when you feel the sense of lack, the sense of loss. You feel it in your throat. Change the movement of prana and let it come up as gratitude. And you will clear the grief and you will learn to move on, living each day with happiness at its core. Happiness is your birthright. And gratitude is a gift. Practice it. Every day, practice. Every time you catch yourself saying, oh my God, when am I going to get this? Why isn't this working? Why did this have to happen to me? Why now? Switch it. Switch the lack and the grief to gratitude. Just flip it in your head. But for that you have to catch it. Right? And that comes only with awareness, and awareness only comes with meditation. And that's